Again, I got Dizzy, I got Venom, I got Unica. I'm not gonna complain about this season. I think this was a very good season. And, you know, if Lucy brings in people to play the game, hey, more power to him. But again, it's like, I would have preferred, like, Jam. I would have preferred, like, Answer, Raven, Zappa. It's like, the list goes on. But, like, there were a lot of characters I would have preferred over Lucy from Cyberpunk Edge Runners. But again, I kind of expect the trailer or something for her there, because also a lot of, like, Access games have gotten some kind of trailer at the Game Awards and Summer Games Fest in the past. Let's see, what else? Oh, hi. That is Roy. Yeah, he's the only one that doesn't really have a battle gimmick tied to getting to him. His battle gimmick is really interesting though, so we'll see in a moment. Also, when the hell are we gonna get any actual, like, gameplay of Virtual Fighter? Because we keep getting, like, cinematic kind of teasers. When the number on the face of the time bomb reaches 0, it's game over for you. Defeat the Koopalings before the number reaches 0. I remember struggling a lot on this as a kid. In hindsight, this is actually not that bad. Or maybe it's because I'm overleveled. Because, like, oops. Well, it's a problem if I keep botching action commands. Okay, game, I feel like I hit that. Well, so much for our perfect bonus, it's fine. Damn it. Again, the isometric angle for Mario sometimes throws me off a little bit. Yeah, Saga's always there. I'm expecting a Crossworlds release date. I feel so bad for Crossworlds, because it's like... I want to be excited for it, but I just can't. I don't know what it is, but something that just really isn't meshing with me. And someone who got into the beta, I should also clarify. So I'm coming at Crossworlds from the perspective of someone who has actually played it, and I wasn't super into it. It's very, like, chaotic in a way that the All-Stars games weren't, and also Team Sonic Racing. The chaos was a lot, especially in high rank. It's like sensory overload, basically. And also, I just thought it kind of didn't run great. Like, the menus felt really choppy and, like, sluggish. Which also makes me worried, because if the menus are kind of chugging on the PS5 version, how bad are they going to be on the Switch version? Assuming they don't smooth that over. I'm also worried about them having crossplay, because, like, on one hand, yay, crossplay, that means the online won't die out instantly like it will for games without crossplay. So, on paper, crossplay is a good thing. However, in practice, it often isn't, in my opinion. The problem with crossplay is you have varying levels of power in terms of, like, what consoles are connecting to these servers. And so I kind of feel like when games on, like, scaling up to PS5 then try to have, like, a Switch port, it's like, I don't feel like that's gonna be good for the online. It's gonna be good for the player base, but I think it's gonna cause the online itself to not feel great. It's like, I don't think you should exclude Switch, obviously, but I do think there is a risk of that, like, kind of killing the service a bit, just because of the Switch version inevitably having more trouble running it. Like, I think it's confirmed this game is Unreal Engine 4, and, like, UE4 notoriously does not work great on Switch. Even in first-party titles, it hasn't been great. Like, Yoshi's Crafted World runs not great. It's like 540p or something. And then Princess Peach Showtime also kind of runs like ass. Like, items are prohibited. Well, good thing I don't need items. Like, the frame rate will just randomly tank in Princess Peach Showtime, and I don't understand why. And both are good feel games, so it's probably like an optimization issue in both ways. But again, I would have preferred them prioritizing frame rate for Princess Peach. I hope that game gets a patch. And it might just natively run better on Switch 2. It definitely feels like a game that could have been a Switch 2 game that they just kind of moved back to Switch 1 just because they need a big release for that quarter. Just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, it's very basic, kind of. It's kind of like vignette kind of styled. It's really weird to describe. I kind of vibed with it as just like a chill game, but I don't think it had more potential than it actually lived up to. Because as an actual game, it was kind of like, it exists, kind of. I like the Echoes of Wisdom a lot more in terms of like, you know, female-led Nintendo games from last year. I know not everyone vibed with Echoes of Wisdom, but I actually really enjoyed it. Had a great time with it, for the most part. The main issue being the weird, like, double buffer VSync, or triple buffered, I forget which one it is, that causes the frame rate to go from like 30 to 60 back and forth. That wasn't fun, but beyond that, I felt like I had a decent time with Echoes of Wisdom. Also, just the story itself was kind of flat, but that's kind of a 2D Zelda problem in general, I think. I feel like the 3D Zeldas end up having more interesting storytelling, usually. Link Between Worlds might be the exception to me, and also Link's Awakening. So we actually have to split up the bros here, using this little path. Gotta position both bros at the respective pipe to bonk Wendy on the head. Again, her battle gimmick actually involves her rings. We might not even see it at all. But every Koopaling fight from here on out will have the Bob-omb timer gimmick. Again, giving you a heal after every boss just means you're kind of overpowered. Oh yeah, I forgot to unequip the Mush Badge. That's how powerful it is, by the way. This is why it's like I was trying not to use it for certain bosses, or like all the bosses, because yeah, no, that's kind of disgusting. You can just shred every boss, no problem. So, oops. In general, I feel like I haven't connected with games the way I used to, which makes me kind of sad. It's a myriad of problems though, which is the unfortunate part. There's not like a single solution to why I'm not vibing with games as much as I used to. The biggest thing in general is just, it's a me problem. I'm just kind of like not enjoying games the way I used to, just because of stress mostly. So like, I miss liking Sonic games. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I miss the sort of... I'm kind of pining for the days of like when I was really into like Unleashed, I guess. I'm having a lot of issues on Twitch. And it's not the stream, I'm apparently not dropped any frames. But the preview on Twitch keeps freezing, which is mildly disconcerting. Given that it says I haven't dropped frames, I'm gonna assume everything is like fine. Could just be a Firefox issue. Like, I just refreshed and it's back for me. But specifically, like, I'm not dropping frames, I'm not having any encoder overloading. It's like completely just Firefox is being screwy. And I've had this recently a lot, like YouTube videos not working. Just all sorts of weird stuff happening. I might experiment. I think I know what's causing it. I tried doing a thing that, like an extension that people were using to like, get rid of some of like the AI search features of like YouTube, or not YouTube, but of Google. But I kind of wonder if that's like interfering with other processes on like YouTube, for example, or just like ad block even. Like I kind of think it's something like that. Yeah, I've been having a lot of issues with like just the preview, not even the stream itself. Not even the preview on OBS, but the preview on Twitch aside, because I always have like a preview running just to kind of check how things are looking over there. Also, I think my other issue with Crossworlds is there are a couple of stages that were like, this is neat. Why is this only like 40 seconds of the race? This should have been the whole thing, kind of a thing. Like, I would love a whole course about, like, White Cave from Sonic Riders, and instead we'll only get, like, a small snippet of it. So I think that's also part of it for me. It's just, like, I kind of wish there were more full tracks, and not, like, the little slices of different tracks. But again, maybe that's just me. There we go. And ironically, our last Koopaling is Larry, who's traditionally one of the early Koopalings you fight. It's kind of interesting, like, every Mario game has a different order for Koopaling fights. Larry should be on a high ledge, so you do actually need to, What am I trying to say? You actually do need both bros to get to Larry. Like, the thing with ring racers is, what am I trying to say about ring racers? It's hard while trying to play tennis. It's kind of like fan projects in general have, like, a ridiculous amount of content. To the point where it's like, because it's being done on a different scope than, like, actual developers have to, like, pay employees. Hopefully. That's not always the case. A lot of fan projects are just done as a labor of love, basically. And so the expectations are a little bit different, I think. I don't know if we're getting through the next section in a reasonable amount of time, so I actually might stop here and take a quick break. We probably will only get... This might be a final level, actually. Sure, why the hell not? Okay, that was, like, semi-worth it. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Firefox. Yeah, I get what you mean there, but... Again, I think it is a case of, like... Not even just ring racers, but just, like, Sonic racing games in general. I think people feel kind of spoiled. You know... It's kind of the same problem as Team Sonic Racing, actually, where, like, All-Stars Transformed was so good that, like, everything else after is just kind of, like, struggling to compare in some ways. Like, when Team Sonic Racing came out, it's like, wow, this just feels like All-Stars Racing transformed, but worse. And that's kind of how every game feels, and they try to do different gimmicks, and they don't necessarily land. Yeah, ads are starting in a minute and a half, apparently. So, we're just gonna run them now, and then we'll hopefully finish the game. Alrighty, all that's left are a couple more fights, so on our way we go. Alright, nothing here. However, of course it's not that easy. I have Fury. At last, my entrance with drama. Finally, now is the time where my true might shines like many angry sunbeams of rage. Standing in the spotlight is such a gala of spectacularity, my nerves are nervous. But now that I'm thinking, Keklet's revival was all thanks to my quite nasty efforts. Which means that all this time, I am Fawful, who is just a toady, such working all for others. And that means the true meaning of our battle gives me fear and confusion. I need no long speech before this battle, which will now be mighty. Snack on my wrath, think rats. Yeah, I hope Crossworlds ends up being good. Again, the beta didn't exactly fill me with confidence in some ways, but again, they have a lot of time. I don't know if I ever got a feedback form to fill out, actually. Oops. I think I should've, but I don't think I ever did. Yeah, it's not the same dev team. I think it's one of like the Daytona arcade devs or something. What a wasting. Ratfink tries you might, the result will be the same. Okay. So basically, we just kind of have to wait them out for a little while. And then once we take enough turns, we can, try to actually fight them. You have annoying persistence, and now you eat this. So the point of this is to get rid of the spheres to give you less have to dodge in a moment. Otherwise you just have to jump over them. Ouch, hotness, it is the overheat. Alrighty, he is out in the open, so let's kick his ass. Saga R&D 3. Oh, initial D, that's right, not Daytona. My bad. Oh, this is a weird-ass lob. Yeah, the timing of this is very awkward compared to other knockback bros against low targets. Ag, ag, ag. Wow, that was it. 3 bros attacks and we're done. Oops. Yep, we're not getting another level up, unfortunately. Ugh, unless my mind is crazy, I've somehow managed to lose. This must be fate. Ugh, I must accept the defeating. A fury. Ha, now taste the finale when carelessness opens the door to a comeback not expected by you. Your lives I spit on are now but a caricature of a cartoon drawn by a kid who is stupid. You shall all fall and vanish with your precious beaming kingdom as I laugh heartily at you. And you can just fly all of a sudden. In the finale of the finale, when negligence begets rashness, the comeback is come back upon. Ouch! I have fury! In the last moments of the finale, when relief leads to negligence that begets rashness, that is when the comeback that faltered comes back and beats your pathetic comeback that I scoff at. This is stupid. But I love it anyway. This is very goofy. Looks like I am indebted to you once again, so farewell. Wow. My work here is done, but you didn't do anything. Moment. Like, there he goes. And with that, all that's left is, the end game. Gonna save here, just to be on the safe side. Hehe. But hopefully we won't need this. Unless we never saw Fawful again. Never, ever. Totally doesn't show up ever again. You've done well to make it here. I should have expected as much from the superstars of the Mushroom Kingdom. Unfortunately for you, those who desire to disrupt my plans have very short futures. After conquering the Bean Bean Kingdom, I intend to make the Mushroom Kingdom mine as well. I love that, like, heat wave effect. My new country has no need for old superstars. It will do just fine with only one, the Great Bowletta. I mean, they still hit the fire, that would still hurt. So the TLDR of this fight is, she spits out all these, she'll eventually eat them and heal off of them. Why did a hammer attack just show up very briefly? You thought that I thought that I didn't think that you thought when I did think that you thought. Oh shit, ow. Oh shoot, I'm not thinking. We don't need either of the badges that we have, or like the special items. Like, I could have equipped actually helpful items instead of the bonus ring, which we won't get any more experience, and the Game Boy Horror SP, which we won't get a rare drop in this fight. It's the final boss. So, oops, I made this fight harder for myself, even beyond not equipping the Mush badge. Yeah, with the Mush badge, we would be doing way more than 2 HP with each hit. Okay, phase 2, I think. Maybe not? Again, we actually have a little bit of a challenge by not immediately rushing in with the mush badge. Okay. Ew, that heals. That's a problem. That's only 25 HP. That is a lot less than I thought it would be. Ooh, this attack. This one looks cool at least. Basically, we gotta counter the right colored stars with the right bro. Not too difficult. Bada bing, bada boom, and decent counterattack damage too. Very easy to counterattack as well. And that's it. Gah. No, cursed Mario Bros, not again. Surprise! Ain't that easy. Yahaha, fools, you let your guard down. Even with all your fancy attacks, you can't beat me. Farewell, you two losers. It's time you took a nice relaxing break in my belly. This is somehow a pattern in Mario & Luigi, and I don't know how to feel about that being a pattern. Anyway, the inside of Kakarot is just hell. Or Bowser specifically. Are you so conscious? Ugh, you're a persistent pair. I shall dispose of you quickly and then eat you for lunch. Oh, this is a problem. So this is kind of a beginner's wall, I think. Like, a lot. I remember dying here a lot as a kid. Because you're immediately thrown in with 0 HP. Decent stat. Yeah, gotta reset the counter. So yeah, yeah, if, like, you end up having really low speed and have trouble, like, getting a heal off, then you can be in trouble really fast. Luckily, I still was able to get back to full health, but even then, this fight's not easy, even beyond that gimmick. And again, I think her speed's... No, not her speed. It's because she has 3 sources of damage. She has the arms and her head all have separate attacks. So, basically, if you can get off the ground, the fight's not that bad. But getting off the ground is actually very difficult. So, yeah, this is a very notorious boss. This is kind of like a sudden difficulty spike that I don't really like, even though I know how to deal with it. It's like, you know, immediately being thrown in, and like your speed value, we're at level 40. A lot of people will get to this fight at like level like 29 or 30. Yeah, as a 3D model, its hands are also color-coded to the element it uses too. So like, her one arm that does like electric attacks is like blue, and the other one that uses fire attacks is red. It's very neat. But yeah, it is very frustrating, and yeah, it's kind of a deal breaker for some. Like, this is like the worst part of the game in a lot of ways. Shit. I don't know if this is actually worth it. We also didn't use the advanced versions of the moves at all. I don't really care to at this point, because I'm like, I don't really want to take too many chances if I don't have to. Kakarot's heart has like 1200 HP, by the way. This is actually a number I remember for some reason. So we've done a decent like 300 or so. This will take probably a couple cycles of taking out the hands and head. Yeah, like the left hand is red in the remake because it's entirely controlling fire attacks, and then the electric attacks that she has are with the right hand, which is blue. It's a very freaky boss, actually. Oh shit, actually we can still do this. I was like, wait, we don't need to target the head yet. Ah, shit, my hand slipped off the button. That was very unfortunate. I also don't know if the frame window gets shorter for, shorter for the knockback bros as you keep going. I imagine it would get shorter as the fight goes on. Yeah, I got another network error on Twitch, on specifically Firefox, so it's like, what is happening? It's so weird. Again, this didn't ever happen before today, so... But I've also been having issues with YouTube too, so it's making me a little bit nervous about, like, my browser. It's actually very helpful to force a counterattack. So yeah, attacking the head will force a counterattack, which, again, if you're trying to take out the hands, that's not... Ah, okay. That did a lot more damage than I was expecting. Wow, we actually got a game over. I was not expecting that, actually. Damn. Again, 40 per is a lot more than I expected. Yeah, like, my internet connection is fine too, because it's not like showing frame drops on OBS. It's only like Firefox that's giving me hell at the moment. It's not my favorite thing in the world, when technology's just being an ass. Luckily, Cackletta only does one attack cycle there. I feel like I've also had fights where my speed is lower to the point where the hands also are able to get a first strike first, and that really sucks, because then you're just really at the mercy of, like, getting a good attack patterns with multiple different sources of damage, and that gets really bad. It's like, I still like this final boss, maybe it's just because I'm used to it. But yeah, I won't say it's good design. If you could guarantee have the first turn advantage, I don't think it would be as bad to have to, like, spend a turn healing. But basically having to spend a turn healing and dodge everything between then, that can be a little bit rough. But again, just even the regular attacks just tore through my health. And again, I'm not under-leveled, I'm over-leveled considerably. Actually, probably this will be enough. Yep. I want to say the head has like 200 HP and the hands have like 150 or something. Again, I'm not an expert at this game. Like Paper Mario, I can give you much better damage numbers, partly because of Goombella giving them to you. So inherently, I feel like you have a better time, or an easier time memorizing everything in Paper Mario. Ow. Shit. Damn, I'm botching that a lot. I might just go Splash Bros, just because I'm not having much luck with Chopper Bros. And again, considering I'm dying so much, it's like I need to actually play it safer. We won't deal as much damage for sure, but we will, you know, at least get better, more consistent damage in. With how many attacks with the hands she's doing, it's like, they're probably pretty weak actually. Another question I have is, can we actually lower defense on this fight? Like, this is a waste, I'll fully admit. Also, by the way, this should heal one of the hands, because I think they're opposite elements. Yeah, I took out one, but the other got healed a little bit. Well, that was a waste, actually. A waste in a lot of ways, because we took out the hand and then immediately came back. Ow. I am also gonna play a little bit safer in terms of healing. Like, I'm gonna heal a little bit more, like, meticulously, probably. Something else worth noting is if you actually, have a bro fall in battle, you actually have to carry the other one and dodge attacks that way. I'm actually being careful because this is the one I screwed up last time. I greatly underestimated how much damage it does. So the direction of the spin indicates which bro he's attacking first. Pretty standard stuff at this point. There we go. So yeah, I have a little Fawful clone for some reason. Oh, okay. There's not much health left. So I'm just gonna do regular attacks for a little bit. Still not enough, okay. So that's Mario first. I'm greatly overestimating how much damage I'd done on that, apparently. Again, I just want to know if you can actually give a debuff to the heart. You almost can't do enough damage though in general to make it worthwhile. Also, they probably give her like resistance to stat down just because this is the final boss. But again, not all the other bosses, because like all the Koopalings are vulnerable. Ow. Yeah, you can debuff things with fire bro. Well, you can set things on fire to do chip damage, and you can lower defense with Thunder Bros, but it's just a case of like, Actually, I think Advanced Thunder Bros lowers attack, and regular lowers defense. I think that's how it works. I just want to check. I don't think it does. Shout out to Mario RPG Remake for keeping an insta-kill on a boss. They really didn't have to. They could have easily have gotten rid of it, because I think it was an oversight, but they literally just left it in. Yeah, no debuffs on this fight. Gotcha. That's fair. Again, it is the final boss after all. Advanced Cyclone Bros would be really nice, but oh well. We're probably over 600 by now. I haven't really been keeping track, but we probably have like 2 more cycles to go. This is not an easy fight again. This isn't even worth it. We're doing 2 damage. It might only be 1 if we get really good luck on this third phase, but again, I'm thinking it's gonna be more like two more phases. Ow. Yeah, Luigi's actually kind of in kill range already, so we're gonna heal soon. Sure. I do find the menus kind of loose at times. Like, it's very easy to accidentally select the wrong thing, which stresses me out. Actually, the regular knockback bros probably doesn't have damage. I think they only have like 120. We can test it later, but... Again, it's kind of funny if you think about it, because like this final boss has like 1200 HP. How much health does the final boss of 2 have? Because I swear the final boss of Partners in Time has like 20k health or something, like ridiculous. But I actually don't know if that's an exaggeration or not. It was actually a major issue with the game, and it was addressed in patches that they heavily nerfed the final boss in later versions for other regions, because Partners in Time's endgame is extremely rough. Again, I like Partners in Time. To me, it always felt a little bit disappointing. Like, it never quite clicked with me for some reason. Which is a shame, because there are good ideas. I just think parts of the game are a little bit slow for my liking. I'm playing with fire in more ways than one here. Okay. We're fine. Kind of fell out of rhythm. Also, by the way, imagine playing this on a game controller, which is what I did. So like, look at that tiny ass B button, and this is how you're going to be dodging attacks. So yeah, that's fun. Specific form of the final boss, I think, has a lot of health, like, and maybe 4,000, this was what I'm thinking of. Yeah, we're doing about 100 per bros attack. With Luigi, we're probably doing closer to like 200. So we're getting in like a decent amount of damage every turn. There's one attack we haven't seen yet where she does lasers and then she pauses, like she freezes you. Yeah, 5,000. So again, this final boss is... Oh, hey. There we go. Yeah, this final boss has 1,200. So that's a significant increase. God, what? Huh? Hey, what's happening to me? And heated. Every boss explodes in this series. Yarg. Can't be. Impossible. No, how could I? And to this filthy pair, how can I lose? Oh, thank you for the head pat. Yeah, Twitch is completely breaking on my side. I do not know what's happening there. Also, Bowser's gonna be fine, I think. Hi, cheers to the superstar siblings. I have just finished breaking this castle with an explosive device. We must escape before it blows up and falls from the sky. Make haste, I will meet you at the castle entrance. Neat, thanks. We have 3 minutes. To get the hell out of here. Again, I'll have to look into this off stream. Obviously not right now, as I'm trying to escape an exploding castle. This part's a little tricky. There's a lip that you have to dodge, like, to get around, to get this barrel where we need it to be. So you actually kind of have to, I think you have to kind of fall down. Otherwise it'll, like, hit the lip, and you have to go all the way around. Actually, wait, hold on a sec. Okay, you can't jump back. Okay. I was like, are you just stuck there? Also, by the way, this is ridiculous. You get 3 minutes. We are already out. I don't know why they give you this much time. Hurry, we've got to get out of this place now. You know, they could have given you like 2 minutes. It would have been fine. Whoa, what? Where am I? What have I been doing? And wakes up just in time for his castle to blow up. Yeah, maybe because I know the puzzle solution, I don't have to worry about like clipping the ledge. Or like not being able to get up the ledge with the barrel. But like for a first time player, that might be kind of a beginner's trap, essentially. Take care, everyone. Please come visit us in the Mushroom Kingdom someday. Princess Peach, you have a fine group of friends. I am quite envious. Toadsworth. Lady Lima. Aww. Princess Peach, Mario Bros. I must thank you all. Accept this gift from me to mark our parting. Only Queen Bean gets a new sprite for that scene. Anyway, we have a parting gift. What's inside the box, though? It is Bowser. It's all sneezy, because he just fell in the ocean. Kinda cold. Anyway, hey, that's the game. Again, I kind of was hoping to get through this death list, but oh well. Again, we actually didn't use the 1-up mushroom, I'm pretty sure, at all. Yeah, Luigi actually has more trouble dodging attacks by himself because he has a hard time holding up Mario. Mario can jump relatively unimpeded, so it's kind of interesting. This is a very nostalgic song, by the way. I love the credits song. I love Mario RPG endings in general, the way they kind of do a little throwback kind of a thing. So like we have various characters throughout our journey popping up. So yeah, we have all the friends we made along the way kind of a thing, and that's what a lot of Mario RPGs end up doing for their credits. I love the parade in Paper Mario and Mario RPG. Fantastic. I love this game. Again, this was my first RPG, so I'll always have a soft spot in my heart. It is definitely, I'd say, a pretty good beginner RPG. It's pretty short. Also, RIP Vanpool, they got shut down a couple of years ago, unfortunately. They mostly were doing like Kirby side games, and like I think they did the Return to Dreamland Deluxe. That's a game I should play on stream, actually. Do a game clearing. But yeah, I really like this game. It's very nostalgic, and again, it's a game I have pretty well memorized at this point. And yeah, I think this game is kind of special. I think even though I would say Bowser's Inside Story is the best Mario RPG, there's something about how breezy this game is that I really like. It's like, Bowser's Inside Story is like a 40-hour RPG. It's a lot more of a commitment. This one's pretty, like, approachable. Partners in Time is also only like 15 to 20 hours, so it's not too bad. But yeah, this one was only like 12 to 13 hours. It's not bad at all. Yeah, highly recommend. very fun. I like the blend of platforming, even compared to Paper Mario. I really like how there's a lot of platforming. Like, the battles themselves are a little bit more active because you have the ability to dodge attacks and everything. And yeah, you have a nice little callback, because in the theater, there was a poster for Mario and Luigi, and so this adventure is treated like a movie at the end. Very cute detail. At the Yoshi Theater. Yeah, that wraps up the game, so we'll have to come up with a different one. I'm a little bit on the fence about what I want to do next, actually, so I'll have to figure that out on my own time. Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. This was a lot of fun to go back through this game. Very, very fun time. And ironically, the shortest RPG I have for this series. Oh my god, what am I getting myself into? Even Paper Mario The Thousand Doors is like a 40-hour RPG. What am I doing with my life? Thousand Doors is not far away. It's like, if we're going in order, I would have played Thousand Door in like end of 2004. I probably would have played this late 2003. So like the gap between them wasn't that strong, like that big. And weirdly enough, playing this game actually kind of spoiled me on Thousand Door. It's like I missed being able to dodge attacks. I missed being able to like do certain actions. So we'll obviously talk about that once we get to Thousand Door, which will actually not be that long from now if we're going in order. But first, we have some other games to check out. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I always enjoy playing this game. I don't know if I told the story, but I literally got to the point where I would go through that final boss, like, over and over and over again. Like, I would literally beat that final boss constantly. Because it was such a wall for me, and also as a kid with a lot of free time on my hands, to be totally blunt. So I would literally just beat the final boss and then reload the game and do it again. And I would do that like... I did that like 10 to 20 times, like straight up, because this boss was such a wall that I just wanted to get really good at it. I think that's part of the reason I'm kind of bummed out that I died once, because typically... well, to be fair, in my defense, it had been a long time since I had played this game, so I'm kind of rusty at it. But either way, it's like... still a very fun boss. I'm glad it only took 2 tries and we didn't have to use the mush badge to speed things up. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite games, hence the stream series. Though a couple of games we've played for this series aren't really my favorites. Again, like Sonic 1 was more just an intro game. In hindsight, I actually would have skipped Sonic 1, probably, to make room for something else, but oh well.